Spiritual awakening. Why you get what you hate. The mirror reality. Welcome back. If you are watching this, it is because you have reached a critical and painful stage of your spiritual awakening. You have likely studied the law of attraction. You have practiced the visualizations. You have tried to think positive. You have tried to manifest abundance, love, and peace. And yet, you look around at your 3D reality and you see the exact opposite. You fear debt, yet the bills keep piling up. You hate toxic relationships, yet you keep attracting the same type of partner who betrays you. You desperately want to be healthy, yet you find yourself constantly battling fatigue and illness. It feels like a cosmic joke. It feels like the Matrix is mocking you. You ask yourself, if I am the creator of my reality, why would I create this suffering? Why would I manifest the very things I hate? This is the paradox, and it is the single biggest reason why 99% of people fail to exit the Matrix. They believe that they attract what they want. This is a lie. The Matrix does not give you what you want. It does not give you what you ask for. It does not even give you what you think about occasionally. The Matrix gives you what you are, and more specifically, it gives you exactly what you resist. We are about to decode the mechanism of the dual mirror. This is not philosophy. This is physics. We are going to explore the intersection of quantum manifestation, reality transurfing, and the mechanics of energy to understand why your fighting is actually the fuel that keeps your nightmare alive. You have been trying to change the reflection by scrubbing the glass. You have been screaming at the mirror, hoping it will smile back. Today, we put down the scrub brush. Today, we step away from the glass. But be warned, to understand this mechanism requires you to take radical, terrifying responsibility. It requires you to admit that the enemy you have been fighting for years is actually an employee you hired. If you are ready to stop being a victim of the reflection and start being the master of the image, I need you to make a contract with the universe right now. Look at your reality. Look at the chaos and realize there is no one out there doing this to you. It is a projection. Type the following declaration in the comments to signal your shift from victim to creator. I am the projector. Lock that in, because we are about to dismantle the illusion. To understand why you get what you hate, we must first strip away the mysticism and look at the raw mechanics of the universe. We must look at the quantum observer effect. In quantum physics, we know that subatomic particles exist in a state of infinite potential, a wave function, until they are observed. When a conscious observer focuses their attention on the wave, it collapses into a particle. It becomes solid. It becomes an event. It becomes reality. Attention is the currency of creation. Attention is the hard light that freezes the quantum soup into physical matter. Now, here is where the chosen one gets tripped up. You have been taught that positive thinking creates reality, but the universe is not a linguistic device. The universe does not speak English or French or Spanish. It does not understand the words I want or I do not want. The universe understands one thing: frequency intensity. Think of your attention like a magnifying glass focusing the sun's rays. Whatever you focus that glass on will burn. It will catch fire.
It will become real. Now, analyze the emotion of hate. Analyze the emotion of fear. When you hate something, for example, when you hate your debt, or you hate a political figure, or you hate your noisy neighbor, what are you doing with your attention? You are obsessed. You think about it constantly. You talk about it with your friends. You replay the arguments in your head while you shower. You feel a tightness in your chest every time the subject comes up. In the language of quantum manifestation, this is a high-intensity signal. This is a focused beam of energy. To the quantum field, hate and love are identical. They are simply high-amplitude waves of attention. The only difference is the polarity, but the mechanics of manifestation are the same. When you say, "I hate being poor," the universe does not hear, "I want to be rich." The universe receives a high-definition 4K signal of poverty. You are observing poverty with intense emotion. You are collapsing the wave function of poverty over and over again. This is why resistance is so dangerous. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, famously said, "What you resist persists." Why? Because resistance is focus. To resist something, you must look at it. You must engage with it. You must push against it. Imagine you are trying to hold a beach ball underwater. That ball is the reality you hate. You are using all your strength to push it down, to say no, to fight it. But the very act of pushing it down keeps you attached to it. You are locked in a dance with the object of your hate. The moment you push, the physics of the water pushes back with equal force. This is Newton's third law applied to metaphysics. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The matrix is a dual mirror. On one side is the physical world, the reflection. On the other side is the metaphysical world, the image or your internal state. When you stand before this mirror and scream, "I hate this," the mirror, being a neutral mechanical device, reflects an image of you screaming. It reflects the vibration of hate. It reflects the vibration of conflict. So, the universe rearranges itself to bring you more things to hate, more conflicts to fight, more bills to fear. Not because it is punishing you, but because it is obeying you. It is validating your request. You are shouting, "This is real. This problem is real." And the mirror replies, "Yes, it is real. Here is more of it." This is the trap of the moral compass. You think you are being a good person by hating injustice, by hating corruption, by hating bad behavior. But in the realm of energy, you are feeding the very beast you wish to destroy. You are creating what Vadim Zeland calls excess potential. By assigning massive importance to these negative events, you create a disruption in the energy field, and the universe, seeking balance, will slam you with forces to balance out that tension. Unfortunately, that balancing force usually manifests as more trouble for you. So, the first step in your spiritual awakening is to realize this cold, hard truth. Your hatred of the problem is the battery powering the problem. But if hatred creates the problem, why is it so hard to stop? Why does it feel like these negative events are actively hunting you? Why does it feel like when you try to ignore them, they get louder? Because they are not just random events. They are living systems. They are hungry. And this brings us to the concept of the pendulums.
Chapter 2. The Pendulums, the Energy Parasites. We have established that your attention is energy. It is the food of reality. Now we must ask a disturbing question. Who or what is eating that food? In the study of reality transurfing, there is a concept that explains why the world seems designed to trigger you. This concept is called the pendulums. A pendulum is an energetic structure created by the collective thoughts of a group of people. Think of a football team, or a political party, or a corporation, or a religious movement, or even something as abstract as the economic crisis or global crises. When millions of people focus their thoughts in the same direction, whether in love or in hate, they create an information energy field. This field takes on a life of its own. It becomes an independent entity. This is the pendulum. Why is it called a pendulum? Because it swings. It needs constant energy to keep moving. And where does it get that energy? From you, from its adherents, and even more effectively, from its opponents. A pendulum does not care if you support it or if you fight it. It only cares that you engage with it. Think about a heated political argument on social media. One side shouts blue, the other side shouts red. Both sides are angry. Both sides are typing furiously. Both sides are flooded with adrenaline and cortisol. From the perspective of the pendulum, both sides are identical. They are both batteries. They are both feeding the structure with emotional energy. The pendulum swings higher and higher, growing stronger on the collective rage. Now apply this to your personal life. You have personal pendulums. Your toxic relationship is a pendulum. Your debt is a pendulum. Your chronic illness can become a pendulum if you build your identity around suffering from it. These structures want to survive, and to survive, they need your reaction. They need you to get angry. They need you to feel victimized. They need you to cry out, "Why is this happening to me?" When you react with a burst of negative emotion, fear, anger, resentment, jealousy, you are sending a massive packet of energy straight into the mouth of the pendulum. You are feeding the demon. This is why you get what you hate, because the thing you hate is an energy parasite that has hooked into your frequency. Have you ever noticed that on days when you wake up in a bad mood, everything seems to go wrong? You stub your toe, then you spill your coffee, then you hit every red light on the way to work, then your boss yells at you. You think, the world is against me today. No, you have simply been snagged by a pendulum. When you stubbed your toe, you reacted with anger. You fed the pendulum a snack. Encouraged, the pendulum poked you again, spilling the coffee. You reacted with more anger. You fed it a meal. Now the pendulum is swinging violently. It arranges your reality to hit the red lights, creating a frequency resonance with your irritation. By the time you get to work, you are radiating a frequency of pure victimhood, which signals your boss, who is unconsciously acting as a puppet for the pendulum, to attack you. It is a feeding frenzy. The matrix is designed to extract this energy from you. The news, the social media algorithms, the drama of society, they are all sophisticated hooks designed to catch your attention and harvest your emotional loosh energy. The chosen one is the person who realizes they are being harvested. When you understand this mechanism, you realize that fighting for peace is impossible. War on drugs, war on terror, war on poverty. Notice whenever we declare war on something, that thing grows bigger because we are feeding the pendulum of drugs, the pendulum of terror, the pendulum of poverty. You cannot defeat a pendulum by fighting it. If you fight it, you give it your energy, and it wins. You cannot defeat a pendulum by repressing your emotion. If you repress your emotion, you create an internal blockage, and the pendulum eats you from the inside out. So, how do you escape?
How do you stop this mechanism from turning your life into a hell loop? You must do something the pendulum does not expect. You must disrupt the frequency. You must stop playing the game by the old rules. We are about to discuss the mirror lag and the mechanics of breaking the loop. But first, you must understand that your current reality, the one you hate, is not solid. It is simply old data. It is the result of your past feeding frenzies. You are living in an echo, and the only reason the echo continues is because you keep shouting back at it. In the next chapter, we will decode the time lag. We will explain why there is a delay between your change of mind and the change of the mirror, and why this delay is the exact place where most people fail their spiritual awakening. Prepare to learn the art of patience in a quantum world. Chapter 3. The Mirror Lag, Living in the Echo. Now we arrive at the most crucial mechanic of the dual mirror. This is the fail point for almost everyone who attempts to consciously create their reality. This is where the chosen one is tested and where the tourist gives up. It is the concept of the mirror lag. In our digital age, we are addicted to instant feedback. You tap a screen and an app opens. You type a message and it is sent instantly. You turn a steering wheel and the car turns. We have been conditioned to believe that cause and effect are simultaneous events. But the matrix does not operate on digital speed. The matrix operates on the density of physical matter. Think of the dual mirror as having two sides with vastly different viscosities. On the metaphysical side, the side of your thoughts, your imagination, and your energy, reality is like water. It is fluid. It changes instantly. You can imagine a red Ferrari right now, and in your mind, it exists. The image is instant. But on the physical side, the material 3D world, reality is like tar. It is thick, heavy, and slow. It is dense. When you hold an image in your mind, the input, it takes time for that vibration to restructure the heavy, dense atoms of the physical world, the output. There is a delay. There is a buffer period. In engineering and physics, this is called hysteresis, the lag between the input force and the system's response. Understand this. The reality you are looking at right now, your bank account balance, your current relationship status, your body's health, is not the present. It is the past. You are looking at an echo. Just as the light from a distant star takes millions of years to reach your eyes, the manifestation of your reality takes time to reach your physical senses. When you look at the stars, you are looking at history. That star might have died 1,000 years ago, but you are still seeing its light today. Similarly, your current life is the physical residue of the thoughts, feelings, and vibrations you held months or even years ago. It is the delayed printout of your past programming. Here is the tragedy of the unawakened mind. You wake up and look at the mirror of reality. You see debt, you see struggle, you see loneliness. Because you do not understand the lag, you think this is current reality. You react to it. You get angry. You get depressed. You scream, "I hate this. Why is nothing changing?" By reacting to the echo, you are generating fresh, high-intensity emotional energy that says, "I am struggling." The mirror receives this new signal. It begins to process it, and because of the lag, it guarantees that 6 months from now, you will still be struggling. You are trapped in a feedback loop of doom. You look at the past, you react to the past, you recreate the past in the future. This is why you get what you hate. You are constantly validating the old reflection. When you start your spiritual awakening and begin to practice visualization or affirmations, you expect the mirror to change tomorrow. You do the work for 3 days. You look at the mirror, nothing has happened. The debt is still there. The toxic person is still there. You get discouraged. You say, this quantum manifestation stuff doesn't work. It's a scam. And you quit. But you were so close. You were in the buffer zone. The mirror was preparing to shift. The tar was beginning to move. But because you stopped the signal, or worse, because you reverted to the signal of disappointment, the mirror stopped moving. The reality solidified back into its old shape. Imagine you were the captain of a massive oil tanker, the Titanic. You are moving at full speed. You see an iceberg ahead. You turn the wheel hard to the left. Does the ship turn instantly? No. For a long, agonizing minute, the ship continues to move straight toward the ice. If the captain panics and says, the wheel isn't working, it's still going straight, and turns the wheel back, he ensures the crash. But a wise captain knows the momentum of the ship. He holds the wheel steady. He waits through the lag, and slowly, majestically, the massive ship begins to turn. Your life is that ship. The momentum of your past negativity is strong. When you switch to a new frequency, a frequency of abundance, of love, of sovereignty, you will not see an immediate change. You will likely see chaos first. The old reality might even get worse for a moment as the momentum breaks. This is the test. The universe is asking, do you believe in what you see, the illusion, or do you believe in what you know, the truth? To hack the matrix, you must learn to ignore the immediate reflection. You must develop the delay tolerance. You must walk through a burning house calmly, knowing that you have already put out the fire in the quantum field, and it is only a matter of time before the flames in the 3D world die out. You must live in the knowing of the future while walking in the echo of the past. This is the state of the master.
Chapter 4. The Shadow Mirror. The external enemy is you. If the time lag is the reason you give up, then the shadow mirror is the reason you stay angry. We have established that the mirror reflects your frequency, but it goes deeper than that. The mirror is a psychological projector. It reflects the parts of your psyche that you have hidden, suppressed, and denied. This brings us to the work of Carl Jung and the concept of the shadow. We all have a self-image, the avatar we present to the world. You see yourself as a good person. You are kind. You are honest. You are hardworking. You are a victim of unfair circumstances. But to maintain this good image, you have to repress everything that contradicts it. You repress your rage. You repress your selfishness. You repress your judgment, your greed, your jealousy, your weakness. Where do these repressed traits go? They do not disappear. They are pushed into the subconscious, the shadow. And here is the law of the holographic reality. The inner becomes the outer. What you do not acknowledge within yourself, you will meet as fate outside yourself. The matrix, acting as a faithful mirror, projects your shadow onto the people around you. This is called psychological projection. This is why you hate specific people with such intensity. Think of that one person you trigger the most: the arrogant boss, the selfish friend, the loud, obnoxious neighbor, the liar. Why do they bother you so much? Why does their behavior make your blood boil while other people just shrug it off? Because they are acting out your shadow. They are showing you the arrogance you deny in yourself. They are showing you the selfishness you are too afraid to express. They are showing you the weakness you judge in your own heart. You hate them
because they are you. This is a hard pill to swallow. The ego will fight this truth. The ego screams, "No, I am nothing like them. I am a victim of their abuse." And as long as you believe that, you remain trapped. You remain a victim. If you hate a liar, look closely at where you are lying to yourself. If you hate a greedy rich person, look closely at your own suppressed envy and your own transactional relationship with money. If you hate a weak person, look closely at how much you despise your own vulnerability. The intensity of your hatred is the measurement of your suppression. The people in your life are not random. They are actors hired by your subconscious to play a role. They are holding up a mirror to the parts of your soul that need healing. This is shadow work in action. When you fight these people, when you argue with them, when you try to change them, you are literally fighting your own reflection. It is madness. It is like seeing a smudge of dirt on your face in the mirror and trying to scrub the glass to get it off. You will only break the glass. This explains the phenomenon of repeating characters. Have you ever left a toxic relationship only to find a new partner who acts exactly the same way 6 months later? Have you ever quit a job because of a terrible boss, only to find your new boss is just a different version of the old one? The face changes, the name changes, but the energy signature is identical. Why? Because you are the common denominator. You carry the projector with you wherever you go. You are broadcasting the script for the tyrant or the betrayer, and the Matrix dutifully hires an actor to fill that role. Until you heal the shadow, until you integrate that suppressed energy, the mirror will keep showing it to you. It has to. It is the law of physics. So how do you stop it? You stop hating the reflection. You look at your enemy not with anger, but with curiosity. You ask, what are you showing me about myself? What part of me is resonating with this frequency? When you withdraw the projection, when you own your shadow, the actor has no more lines to read. The contract is voided. Often when you do this work, the toxic person will simply disappear from your life. They will be transferred, they will move away, or miraculously, their behavior will completely change. Because you changed the film in the projector. The movie on the screen had to change. Chapter 5. Stop fighting. Dropping importance. We have analyzed the time lag. We have analyzed the shadow. Now we must discuss the solution. If hating the reality creates more of it, and if fighting the reality feeds the pendulums, then what is the correct action? The correct action is non-action. The correct action is dropping importance. This is a core concept of reality transurfing. Most people navigate life with a high level of importance. Everything is a big deal. The debt is a catastrophe. The breakup is the end of the world. The insult is a declaration of war. You are walking around with your nerves exposed, reacting to every stimulus with maximum voltage. This importance creates excess potential. It creates tension in the energy field. Imagine holding a violin string and pulling it tighter and tighter. That tension is importance. Eventually, the string must snap, or the universe must send a force to cut the tension. That balancing force usually manifests as problems that knock you down to bring your energy back to zero. To get what you want and to stop getting what you hate, you must lower the importance. You must stop fighting the reflection. This does not mean you become passive or weak. It does not mean you let people walk all over you. It means you stop the internal war. You can handle a problem without hating the problem. You can pay a bill without fearing the debt. You can set a boundary with a toxic person without hating their soul. It is the difference between a soldier in a rage and a surgeon in an operation. The soldier is filled with hate, adrenaline, and fear. He is chaotic. He feeds the pendulum of war. The surgeon is cutting flesh, but he is calm. He is focused. He has no hatred for the tumor. He simply removes it. He has zero importance. He is effective. When you fight reality, you are telling the mirror, I am affected by this. This controls me. When you stop fighting, when you look at the chaos with a cold, detached, observant eye, you are telling the mirror, I am the master here. This is just data. There is a powerful technique in the military and in martial arts called the gray rock. When you are dealing with an enemy, you become like a gray rock, boring, unreactive, solid. The pendulum tries to provoke you. It pokes you. It insults you. And you respond with nothing. You respond with silence or a calm, okay. You starve the pendulum. You deny it the food of your emotion. And when you starve the reflection, it begins to die. The momentum slows down. The Titanic begins to turn. This is the state of the observer. You are watching the movie of your life, but you are no longer lost in the drama. You are sitting in the projection booth. You see the monsters on the screen, but you know they are just light and shadow. You do not scream at the screen. You simply reach for the next reel of film. You must cultivate a sense of detached amusement. When a challenge arises, instead of saying, "Oh no, not again," say, "How interesting, a glitch in the matrix. Let's see how this resolves." This shift in attitude, from victim to observer, cuts the feedback loop of hate. It stops the printing process of the old reality. It creates a vacuum, a silent space. And in that space, your new reality, the one you actually desire, finally has the room to enter. But how do we actively bring that new reality in? How do we use the time lag to our advantage? We do not just wait. We engineer the reflection. We use the ancient alchemical technique of the amalgam. In the next section, we will reveal the specific protocols to hack the mirror. We will teach you how to mix reality, to find the gold in the mud.
Chapter 6. Protocol 1. The Amalgam. Alchemizing reality. We have stopped fighting. We have dropped the importance. We have stepped back from the mirror. Now we must begin the active process of re-engineering the reflection. We start with a technique from the ancient Hermetic traditions, updated for the quantum age. In reality transurfing, this is known as the amalgam. In chemistry, an amalgam is a mixture, usually of mercury with another metal. In the context of your spiritual awakening, the amalgam is the realization that reality is not a solid block of good or bad. It is a soup. It is a chaotic mixture of infinite possibilities floating in a quantum superposition. The dual mirror does not filter this soup. It reflects whatever you extract from it. Most people act as negative filters. They look at a day filled with 90% neutral events, 5% good events, and 5% bad events. What do they extract? The 5% bad. They come home and say, "I had a terrible day. The traffic was awful. The coffee machine broke." They ignore the sunshine. They ignore the health of their body. They ignore the money in their pocket. They filter for the mud, and so the mirror, obeying the laws of attention, prints more mud. To hack the matrix, you must become a positive filter. This is not about toxic positivity. This is not about smiling while your house burns down and pretending it's fine. That is delusion. The amalgam technique is about mental transmutation. It is the ability to look at a negative event and actively search for the gold hidden inside the mud. Here is the protocol. Whenever a negative event occurs, you lose a client, you get a parking ticket, a date cancels on you. Your old programming, the automaton, wants to react with anger. It wants to label this event as bad. Stop, catch that reaction, and immediately apply the amalgam algorithm. You must consciously declare, "This is actually good. This is a bridge to something better." You don't have to know how it is good yet. You just have to assign the label. In the quantum world, the meaning of an event is not fixed. An event is neutral data until an observer collapses the wave function by assigning a meaning to it. If you lose your job and you scream disaster, the universe says, "Okay, disaster," and sends you down a timeline of poverty and struggle. If you lose your job and you declare opportunity, the universe says, "Okay, opportunity," and shifts the timeline toward a better offer. You are the director of the movie. The event is just a scene. You get to decide if this scene is a tragedy or the plot twist before the hero wins. This feels unnatural at first. It feels like lying. But remember the mirror lag. The current event is just an echo. By labeling it good, you are sending a new instruction to the printer for tomorrow. You are creating an amalgam, a mixture where the dominant flavor is always benefit. Start small. If the weather is bad, say, "Good, I can focus on my work inside." If someone insults you, say, "Good, they just revealed their true character, so I don't waste more time with them." If you lose money, say, "Good, I am paying a tuition fee for a lesson that will make me millions." By doing this, you are hacking the reticular activating system in your brain. You are training your biological hardware to scan the matrix for benefit. And because the mirror reflects what you are looking for, you will start to find gold everywhere. The world will literally rearrange itself to prove you right.
You are turning the mud of the 3D world into the gold of the 4D timeline. This is true alchemy. Chapter 7. Protocol 2. Propelling reality. The timeline shift. Once you have mastered the amalgam, once you are filtering for the good, you are ready for the next level. You are ready to engage the engine. We call this propelling reality. Most people live life paddling upstream. They are constantly fighting the current of the script. They are exhausted. The chosen one learns to surf. In the multiverse of possibilities, the space of variations, there are infinite timelines. Some timelines are full of struggle, high friction. Some timelines are full of ease, low friction. When you are constantly complaining, worrying, and fearing, you are vibrating at a frequency of friction. You are literally shifting yourself onto a timeline where everything is hard. To shift to a timeline of ease, the lifeline of luck, you must use the technique of coordination of intention. Here is the mechanism. Imagine your life is a boat floating down a river. When something good happens, no matter how small, you must grab the oars and paddle hard. You must celebrate it. You must amplify it. You must make a big deal out of it. Look, a free parking spot. The universe is working for me. Look, a discount on this item. I am a money magnet. By celebrating the small wins, you are propelling yourself faster down the positive current. You are creating momentum. But, and this is the secret, when something bad happens, you must lift the oars. Do not paddle. Do not fight. Do not splash the water. Simply observe it. Apply the amalgam. This is for my benefit. And let the current carry you past it. Most people do the exact opposite. When something good happens, they ignore it. They say, whatever, I'm still broke. They lift the oars. When something bad happens, they obsess over it. They tell everyone. They post about it on Facebook. They paddle hard into the obstacle. Do you see the error? They are accelerating the nightmare and breaking the dream. Protocol 2 requires you to become a momentum manager. Your job is to spot the signs of alignment. When you see a repeating number, 1111, 963, treat it as a confirmation signal from the system. When you experience a synchronicity, a coincidence that feels meaningful, acknowledge it verbally. Say, I see you, the timeline is shifting. When you validate the signs, you strengthen the signal. The matrix is a responsive system. It is like a search engine algorithm. If you click on cat videos, it shows you more cats. If you click on celebrate signs of abundance, the algorithm of the universe will flood your feed with abundance. This creates a positive feedback loop. You celebrate a small win. The mirror reflects a medium win. You celebrate the medium win. The mirror reflects a massive win. This is how quantum manifestation actually works. It is not magic. It is a snowball effect. But you have to be the one to push the snowball down the hill. You have to be the one to create the initial momentum, even when the snowball is tiny. Stop waiting for the big miracle to believe. Believe in the tiny glitch, and the big miracle will follow.
We arrive now to the fundamental law of the mirror reality. This is the source code rule that governs all projection. Rule: the image comes first, the reflection comes second. This sounds obvious. If you stand before a physical mirror, you know you have to smile first before the reflection smiles. You would never stand there with a frown, screaming at the glass, "Smile first, and then I will smile." That would be insanity. And yet, look at how you live your life. You look at your bank account, the reflection. You see it is empty, the reflection. You feel poor, the reaction. You frown. And because you frown, the mirror keeps reflecting poor. You are waiting for the reflection to change so that you can change the image. You are waiting for the lover to appear so you can feel loved. You are waiting for the health to return so you can feel grateful. You are trapped in the mirror's trap. As long as your internal state, the image, is dependent on the external world, the reflection, you are a slave to the matrix. You are an NPC, non-player character, reacting to the script, not writing it. To become the projector, you must invert the process. You must have the audacity, the courage, and the delusion to hold the image before the reflection supports it. This is the essence of Neville Goddard's law of assumption. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even when your senses deny it. This is where the time lag becomes your greatest enemy or your greatest teacher. When you start to smile, feel abundance, the mirror will still show poverty for a while. This is the echo. The unawakened mind says, "I am smiling." The mirror is frowning. This is just the lag. I will hold this smile until the plastic of reality softens and conforms to my face. This period, the gap between your new image and the new reflection, is the valley of faith. This is where the dark night of the soul often happens. It is a test of your resolve. Protocol 3. The blind projector. Imagine you are a projector in a dark movie theater. The projector does not care if the screen is ripped. It does not care if the audience is booing. It does not care if the theater is on fire. It simply projects the film. It is relentless. You must be relentless with your vision. If your 3D reality shows you debt, do not ignore the bills. Pay them responsibly, but do not let the bills infect your identity. Pay the bill while vibrating at the frequency of, "I am so grateful I have the money to pay this. More is coming." You must disassociate your internal state from your external circumstance. This is the hardest thing a human being can do. It goes against our survival evolution. Our brain is wired to react to threats. But you are no longer operating on animal software. You are operating on divine software. The technique. Every morning, before you look at your phone, before you look at the news, before you check your bank balance, set the image. Visualize your desired timeline. Feel the emotion of it. Lock it in. Then walk into your day. When the 3D world shows you something that contradicts your vision, simply say, "This is old data. This is the echo. I am not moved." Deny the ultimate reality of the reflection. Affirm the ultimate reality of your imagination. Remember, the mirror has no choice. It has no will of its own. It is a mechanical slave to your frequency. If you hold the image long enough, past the time lag, the mirror must yield. It must reflect what you are. It is physics. It cannot do otherwise. The only variable is time, and if you have patience, you have the keys to the kingdom. But there is one final piece of the puzzle. You can master the amalgam. You can propel reality. You can hold the image. But if you do not understand the deeper structure of the matrix, the code that connects the atom to the solar system,
you will always be playing on easy mode. To truly hack the game, you need to understand the source code. You need to understand the fractal geometry of God. This brings us to the ancient wisdom that was hidden for thousands of years, the principle of as above, so below. In the next video, we leave the mirror and enter the code.
Chapter 9. Coordination of Intention. The Hand of the Maker. We have reached the advanced mechanics. Most people who discover quantum manifestation remain stuck at the level of desire. They spend their lives wanting. They want the money, they want the partner, they want the freedom. But in the mechanics of the dual mirror, wanting is a trap. Desire implies lack. When you shout, "I want this," at the mirror reflects the vibration of, "I don't have this." Desire creates excess potential. It creates a tightness, a desperation, a fear of not getting it. And as we established, the pendulums feed on this desperation. To hack the mirror, you must move from desire to intention. And specifically, you must master cold intention. What is the difference? Desire is raising your hand and asking for permission to go to the bathroom. Intention is simply walking to the bathroom. Desire is standing in a store window wishing for the item. Intention is walking to the counter, pulling out your wallet and buying the item. Intention has no emotion. It has no doubt. It has no fear. It is a dry, cool determination to have and to act. When you move your pinky finger, do you desire to move it? Do you visualize it moving? Do you pray for it to move? No, you simply move it. That is pure intention. You claim the result as if it is already yours. But how do we apply this to the chaotic events of life? We use a protocol called the coordination of intention. Life is a stream of events. Most people row against the stream. They try to control every tiny detail. When the stream turns left and they want to go right, they panic. They fight the script. The chosen one stops rowing and starts steering. Here is the protocol. Let the world move. When an event happens that disrupts your plans, a flight delay, a lost contract, a sudden change, do not fight it with desire, wishing it hadn't happened. Instead, apply cold intention. Intend for this disruption to be the path of least resistance to your goal. This is the subtle art of allowing the mirror to do the heavy lifting. You set the destination, the goal, but you allow the mirror to choose the path, the script. Often, the mirror will take you through a dark tunnel to get you to the light faster. The unawakened mind screams in the tunnel. It grabs the walls. It halts the progress. The awakened mind relaxes in the tunnel, knowing that the tunnel is a shortcut. This is the law of assumption applied to action. You assume the current is taking you to the ocean, so you do not fear the rapids. When you operate with cold intention, you stop being a dreamer and you become a maker. A dreamer hopes the mirror will change. A maker knows the mirror is changing and simply waits for the render to complete. Drop the importance, drop the desire, replace it with the quiet, boring, absolute conviction of, "It is done. I am going to get it. It is just a matter of logistics." That is the frequency that breaks the glass. Chapter 10. Integration. The Lucid Dream. We are approaching the end of the simulation. When you combine the Amalgam, the Propelling, and the cold intention, you reach a state of consciousness that the mystics call enlightenment, but which we will call lucid living. Think about a dream. When you are having a nightmare, you are terrified. The monster is chasing you. You run, you sweat, your heart pounds. You are a victim of the script. But what happens the moment you realize you are dreaming? The fear vanishes instantly. The monster is still there. The scary environment is still there. But you are no longer scared. You might even laugh. You look at the monster and say, "You are not real. You are just a projection of my mind." And in that moment of lucidity, you gain control. You can fly. You can change the monster into a butterfly. You can wake up. Spiritual awakening is simply becoming lucid in the waking dream of the 3D world. The dark night of the soul ends not when your life becomes perfect. It ends when you realize that the imperfection was a hologram you created to test yourself. When you integrate this truth, you stop taking life so seriously. You realize that the game of life is not a battle for survival. It is a playground for consciousness. The debts, the breakups, the failures, they are just levels in the game. They are high-level bosses designed to force you to upgrade your character. This is the state of the observer. You walk through the world, but you are not of the world. You see the pendulums trying to hook you with politics, with drama, with fear. You simply step aside, like a matador letting the bull pass. You see the mirror lag delaying your manifestation. You simply check your watch and wait, unbothered. You see your shadow reflected in a difficult person. You simply nod and say, "Thank you for the data," and the reflection clears. This is the ultimate freedom. It is the freedom from the tyranny of reaction. You are no longer a puppet pulled by the strings of external circumstances. You are the puppeteer. You have moved from the passenger seat to the cockpit. The controls are in your hands. The view is panoramic. The mirror is waiting for your command. What will you project next? The source code, breaking the glass. Take a deep breath. Feel the weight of the old reality dissolving off your shoulders. We have traveled deep into the mechanics of the duo mirror. We have exposed the illusion of the time lag. We have unmasked the pendulums that feed your hate. And we have handed you the tools, the amalgam and cold intention to rewrite the script. You now understand why you have been getting what you hate. It wasn't punishment, it was physics. You were shouting fire in a canyon, and you were surprised when the echo shouted fire back at you. Now you know how to change the shout. You know that silence is more powerful than noise. You know that observation is more powerful than reaction. You know that the image must precede the reflection. But remember, information without application is just mental gluttony. The mirror does not respond to what you know, it responds to what you do. For the next 7 days, I challenge you to test the physics. Treat your life as a laboratory. When the next bad thing happens, and it will, do not react. Apply the amalgam, find the gold, propel the reality, and watch with cold curiosity how the mirror shifts. You are ready to take full command. If you accept this responsibility, if you are done being a victim of the echo, then confirm your authority one last time. Scroll down and execute the command code. Type, "I control the reflection." Lock it in. Let the algorithm of the universe register your new status. You have mastered the mirror.
But the mirror is just the surface interface of the matrix. Beneath the mirror, there are deeper laws. There are 7 ancient lines of code that dictate the structure of everything from the atom to the galaxy. These are the rules the architects use to build the simulation. If you want to stop just playing the game and start hacking the source code, you must understand the principle of fractals. You must understand why the micro is equal to the macro. In the next video, we will decode the source code. As above, so below. The 7 hermetic principles are waiting. I am you. You are me. We are the signal. Wake up.